Every now and then I get these phone calls from college players looking for a place to work out in the off season. And this week, I had a great one.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Baseball players always have a story, and I'm a baseball junkie. This week I had the opportunity to sit down with Nate from Stanford University, where he could tell me all about it.
So anyway, super simple.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to pronounce your last name.
Fleischli.
Fleischli. I
Yeah.
wasn't even close. So I looked you up. So what brought you out here? Just for the short period of time.
It turns out that my girlfriend lives in Reading. So,
There you go.
We came out to do a little East Coast tour and look at med schools that she's applying to, but
Okay.
staying at her house right now. So
And you fly out this weekend.
we go to DC and then we fly out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I just asked a couple questions, nothing exciting. First one, very important because the kids will all want to know this. What type of music do you get hyped to? Who are your favorite artists?
I like country music. So my walkout song is God's Country. My favorite artist right now has to be Morgan Wallen. I like all of his new stuff, but
Okay.
I also like traditional Toby Keith, old school country too. So it's my style.
Like, how old do you think you were? This is my question. How old do you think you were when you realized I want to do baseball?
I was definitely, I think I was like 10 years old. My first sport was go-karting. I wanted to be a professional race car driver.
Okay.
So my dad and I would, in California, there's not a lot of tracks out in the Bay Area, so we would drive up to Sonoma, which was like a 2-hour drive, leave at 5 a.m. to go train and stuff. And then around 9 or 10, my older brother was getting into baseball, and my dad saw me grow a lot and I wasn't fitting in the cart as well.
Yeah.
And he decided that we started working on baseball, and then I started pitching in Little League. And then from there on, it was like, I'm gonna attack this thing. Yeah.
Did you play other sports?
I did. I think that's really important. I played basketball in high school up to JV level, and then after my junior year, I decided to focus on baseball just because of the time commitment. But in middle school, I played all the sports: basketball, football, soccer. Yeah.
We try to tell the kids and play everything until you don't enjoy it, because every sport feeds into something else. My wrestlers handle failure great.
Yep.
My soccer players great footwork. Basketball players seem to see the field really well.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Dalton question. So what is your workout regime?
That's varied. I try and do right now in recovery lifts like 4 lifts a week. In season, we're usually 4 lifts a week. That's pretty constant. And then summer, maybe we go to 5. But we usually get in and out of the gym in an hour.
Okay.
We're very efficient. We focus on a sprint block for different types of sprints. We focus on a plyometric block for rotational med ball stuff and jumping and trying to be as explosive as possible, trap bar jumps. And then our 4 main lifts that will follow those will be a squat, front or back. We have a deadlift, usually trap bar, always trap bar. We use barbell glute bridge as a third, and then a safety bar split squat.
Do you have 2 favorite?
I love the back squat. That's my favorite. I like loading up the bar,
Really?
getting really heavy.
That surprised me, being as tall as you are.
I know, and people, my build is fairly, skinny, so people are actually a little shocked the numbers I can get up to, but I love the back squat, and I used to be very good at deadlifting. I've since pulled back a little bit, but those two, yeah.
What was one moment, like a successful moment that you remember? Was it high school? Was it something you did in college or freshman year that you said was?
Yeah, that's interesting. I would say the most successful has been the last couple of years in college ball, just as a participant of a College World Series team that's gone 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Nothing will top that for me. Being in the Elite Eight and playing in front of 20,000 fans, I think that was, I had an opportunity to come in my junior year. I was hurt last year, but coming my junior year, and throwing an inning against Arkansas. And that was definitely a highlight of my college journey for sure.
That leads great into the next question. What do you do to calm your butterflies in that kind of moment? What?
Absolutely.
I have chills just kind of thinking about that
I
moment.
still do. Butterflies are natural. I think when you start to panic because you think you shouldn't have them, that's when you get in trouble. I like to embrace those butterflies. My best moments are, I think, if you are worried about failure, if you're focused too much on failure, those butterflies will definitely, you start to manifest that in your game. So if you can channel those butterflies into positivity, if you can channel those butterflies into, I don't care what stuff I have that day, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that batter out. And if it's not the first guy, if the first guy gets a hit, that does not mean the second guy gets a hit. Right. So I would say those butterflies, if they're really intense where you can't control it, you just got to focus on your breath. It's been, we focus on that. Definitely taking deep breaths can help me calm down those butterflies, but for the most part, they're manageable.
TV doesn't show it justice, but going to so many college games, like Dalton's Misericordia team was loud. Those benches are loud. Yep. I see a lot of high school kids that just get bent very quickly. Something doesn't go right. Mm-hmm. They had to be loud at the College World Series. Mm-hmm. The teams yelling back and forth.
Sure.
How do you tune that out? Or is that something you just learned how to do?
I have not had I don't know if I'm a weird case, but I've never been afraid of a crowd or another team. And so, you could throw me in front of 20,000 people, and I still feel like I'm just me and the hitter. Yep. And so, that's cool. If you remember, those people are there to watch you. Yeah. And that's a very cool experience. So, with regards to the other teams, if they're really saying nasty stuff, then channel that into maybe light a little fire under your butt. But I fully agree with loud benches. I think I can lean on my bench especially, give it back to them. Yeah, we'll give it back to them, and they will, just hearing that positivity out of the dugout can really be a crutch sometimes in a tight spot.
Simple last question: what would you tell players like that, Tyler and like RJ, kids that are just sort of coming into it, going, they know they want to play the next level? Yeah. What would you tell them?
I would say you have to believe in what you're doing. The success might not come right away. The results might not come right away, but the work that you're doing is going to make a difference for you. And when it does, when that success does come, it will all be worth it. So no matter, how bad the day is or how good the day is, try and keep, a steady rate. You're never too high, you're never too low. Keep putting in the work, because it will pay off. And when it does, it's going to be worth it.
I'm glad you stopped in. Yeah. I'm glad you reached out. That was awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Now you get to relax.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
I encourage you to check out Nate's Instagram training page.